Hello, friends. Good morning. We know that every year we actually submit the 15G or 15H form to the bank so that bank shouldn't deduct any of our money which has been invested in fixed deposit. Now, the form is not so complicated, but yet it is a bit complicated when it talks about or asks about to add the amount on which the declaration is to be made. Now there are so many videos in YouTube is which tells you how to fill up the 15G or 15H form. I'm not going into the details of that because most of the parts of that particular form are known to us, but the important sections, there are some important sections which are not which sometimes are not clear to us, which I'm going to discuss right now today. So I'm going to discuss the mathematical formula behind calculating the amount on which the declaration is being made and how you can find with minimum tools those amounts which you are going to put in the 15G or 15H form. And I'm going to discuss the maths of that, and also I'm going to show you the particular part of the 15G or 15H form which I'm talking right now, and how to fill those particular parts only. So let's begin. When you open a fixed deposit, the bank actually calculates the interest, mm, which is not a simple interest but a compound interest, and it's calculated quarterly. Okay, so how to calculate the quarterly compound interest and what is the mathematical formula of that? Now you see the total accumulated value, including the principal value capital P plus the compound interest capital I, is given by this formula, which is given in equation number 1, where I have written P prime is equal to P into 1 plus R by N, whole thing to the power N into T. Right? What is P? P is the original principal, P prime is the new principal, small r is the nominal annual interest rate, N is the compounding frequency, and T is the overall length of time the interest is applied. You have not understood anything. Okay. Let me explain with the help of an example. Suppose you have started a fixed deposit, and here I'm going to talk about fixed deposits only because 15H and 15G form are to be submitted with respect to fixed deposits and not any other deposits. Suppose you have started a fixed deposit, abbreviated as FD, in the year 2018, say June 25th, with a principal amount of rupees 10,000. And that time the interest rate was 6.5%. And you have opened this FD account with that amount rupees 10,000 for 3 years. That means your FD is going to mature by the year 2021, June 25th. After that, you are going to get your money. Now, if I'm if I use this particular formula, equation number 1, the question is, according to the formula, how much amount am I going to get at the end of 25th June 2021? So, how to calculate that? Let us first discuss that. According to the information given over here, the principal amount with which you have opened your FD account is rupees 10,000. So that is your capital P. Your interest rate was 6.5%. So if I divide that by 100, your R becomes 0.065. As I told you, the bank always calculates the interest, uh, the compound interest quarterly. So your N will be 4, because we know in a particular year there are 4 quarters like this: January to March 1 quarter, April to June 1 quarter, July to 7 third quarter, and October to December the fourth quarter. So in total, there are 4 quarters in a year. So n equals to 4. And since you have opened this account for 3 years, then your small t will be 3. So we have got all our values, which I'm going to substitute in equation 1. And if I substitute, we are going to get the new principal amount as p prime equals to 10,000 into 1 plus 0.065 by 4 whole thing to the power 4 into 3. Just correlate this equation 2 with your equation 1. Let me show the equation 1 to you once again. This is your equation 1. Now you are going to put all these values over there, and your amount is coming out as 12,134.075 approximately. That much amount you are going to get at the end of the term, that is 25th June 2021. Now, remember, friends, when you are going to put this different amounts in 15G or 15H form, then the form is not talking about 3 years, the whole span of 3 years for which the account has been opened. They are talking only about 1 year, your yearly income. That is the main important part. Okay, so for this to proceed further, we have to know, I have to clarify that what is previous year, which is often mentioned as PY in the 15G and 15H form, and what is assessment year. Suppose this year you are going to uh, submit the 15H or 15G form to the bank. So in this respect, your financial year will be 2020-21. So it starts from April 2020 to March 2021. Okay, so throughout this year, this is 1 year. So throughout this year, that is from which starts from April 2020 and which will end at March 2021 next year. Throughout the year, your money will be invested by the bank, and you are declaring that this is my money. Please do not deduct anything from that, because if you do not submit 15G or 15H form, the money, bank will deduct some amount. Indeed, bank will deduct some amount from your account, but that if you declare by submitting the 15G or 15H form, that deduction will be nominal. But if you don't submit, the deduction will be much more higher. So this is your 1 year span. And for this year, you are going to submit the 15G and 15H form. So your form, your declaration will be assessed in the year of 2021-2022. So that will be your assessment year. Okay. Now, since the form talks about yearly income, so you are supposed to apply this particular formula, not for 3 years, but for 1 year. So what am I going to do? I'm going to repeat this calculation, and it's only made for 1 year, not for 3 years. So again, I'm going to substitute the values in equation 1 with capital P equals to 10,000, rate of interest with 0.065, n is equal to 4 quarter, and t equals to 1, because I'm talking about yearly increment. If I substitute all these values in equation 1, you are going to get the amount of 10,666. This is your yearly principal amount. Okay, now we have got all our values. The question is how to fill this up in the form. So I have red marked here to fill up some relevant portions of 15G or 15H form. Keep equation 4 in mind, which the relevant parts are. Okay, I have put an image of this particular part from which has been cut out from the form, and I'm going to tell you how to fill up these sections. Okay, so first of all, we have 14A, whether assessed to tax. Friends, it depends on you. Whether you have been assessed as tax, your tax is assessed or not, your answer may be yes or maybe no. Okay, it depends upon your in which particular slab you belong. Okay, and that is actually that has been declared in the budget of this particular year. So it depends on you, and obviously 14B also depends on you. If yes, if you are assessed for tax, then what was your last assessment year? Okay, so if you are assessed for the tax, your last assessment year will be 2021 obviously. Okay, this current year is 2021, but in this 2021, previous year means 29, last year, that is 2019 and 20, you have submitted the 15G and 15H form. For that, 2021 is your assessment year. So your last tax assessed was 2021. Okay. But if you tick no, then you can keep it blank and we'll write not applicable. Now in part 15, it is written estimated income for which this declaration is made. Estimated income yearly. Okay. Now we have calculated the amount, the principal amount which you are going to get at the end of 1 year. Okay. This is the amount, but that is not your income. How many, after investing rupees 10,000, how much you have got? What is your income on that particular amount? This means you are going to calculate the difference of the principal amount, yearly principal amount, and the original principal amount. That is rupees 666.01. That is your income. And you are going to put in block number 15. Estimated total income of previous year in which income mentioned in column 15 to be included 5. That means in 16, you are going to put this particular amount, that is principal amount, which you are going to get at the end of 1 year. Why is that? It's because what is written, estimated income for which the declaration is made. That means the difference, 10,666 minus 10,000. And estimated total income of the previous year means this year, 2020 and 2021. This is your previous year. Okay. Because the thing will be assessed in 2021 and 2022. So that will be this income added with your principal amount, that is 10,000. And so you are going to put this particular amount in block number 16. In 17, it is written details of form number 15H other than this form filled for previous year, if any. Previous year means, again, I'm telling you, this year. So if how many forms you are going to submit in your bank. Okay. So if it is two, or it is if it other than this particular form you are submitting, suppose you have submitted another form, you write 1. Okay. But if you do not submit anything, if you write 0, that will be all right. Okay, I'm joking. So this amount will be 1, and the income over there, that means this particular column, this particular block in that particular form, that is your income. That income and this income will be added and will be written over here, aggregate amount of income. But if you write here 0, it will be not applicable. Lastly, it comes 18. In 18, you will first put serial number, that is 1. Suppose you have opened 2 FDs. So there will be 2 blocks, serial number 1 and serial number 2. Corresponding to both the serial numbers, you are going to put your identification number, that is your FD account number. Your nature of income will be FD, and section under which the tax is deductible, that will be 194A. Okay. And here amount of income yearly, that is again the yearly income on the basis of the principal amount 10,000, that is 66.01. Okay. Now if you have two FDs, you are going to put 2 blocks, and you are going to put all the account numbers, FD account numbers, and individual amount of incomes from that fixed deposits. And if you have only 1, you can write it like this. So I hope this particular video will help you in filling up 15G and 15H form. And the deadline of submission of 15G and 15H form is 30th June. So I decided to help you all, especially the elders who often find it difficult, or who often find it very difficult to calculate things and how to put the values and where to put the values. So I've decided to uh, make this particular video and post it in YouTube. And friends, you don't have to worry about it, because if you have this particular scientific calculator with you, then, or if you do not have, borrow it from someone and put all the values shown in equation 1 and in equation 2 over here, click and the value will be calculated automatically. Okay, so good luck, and I hope you will be able to submit your 15 sheet 15 each form by the deadline. Thank you so much. Ciao.